It's morning, and that means it's time for Rotten Mornings. The best way to start your morning off rotten.
Welcome to another episode of Rotten Mornings.
How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm just fine. How are you, Matt?
Oh, I'm peaches and cream.
Matt, it's October, oh boy.
16th, right?
16th, right?
It's October the 16th. Good morning.
Yes, it is the morning of October the 16th.
And it's the sun's not up yet.
It will be soon.
It will be soon.
Because it's morning.
That is correct.
Whew. The 16th. I can't believe it. We're a third of the way through.
I fucking hate you. Oh, God. This is not going to be a thing.
Hey, isn't it neat how on the 16th, it's also, whatever. You doing okay this morning?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah. You have guests at the house right now, right?
No, I did last night.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let's talk about last night and the broadcasting from yesterday.
Yes, indeed. Let's. So in the morning, we, of course, had Rotten Mornings, and the topic was, what was it? Mothman.
Oh, yeah. We talked about Mothman yesterday morning.
Yes. And that was fun. I think that's up there with one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, I liked the episode about Mothman that happened yesterday morning.
That's correct.
Oh, we saw some other stuff yesterday.
We did. We had the fifth episode of We Are Not Alone. That was from a guy named Super Chris.
Oh, I liked that episode. I really want to see those photographs.
Yeah, me too, man. I think he's even got more than just that. I believe that they kind of do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he didn't really go in deep into that they are, that thing. But he's got a whole bunch of different EVPs and stuff like that.
That's fun. It really did sound like a caller into the Art Bell Coast to Coast AM show.
Well, I'm super glad that it was able to sell that because it was not meant to sound tricky. It was just horrible audio, and it did not transfer over for any, I really had to quadruple the levels of that audio for anything to be audible.
Well, at least we've set that precedent and gave the audience the expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And what else did we see yesterday?
After that, yesterday we saw the episode 15 of Rotten Strips. That was Urza's debut episode.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I don't know. What did you think?
It was a relief. It really was. I think some of these episodes put a lot of pressure on you, and then you put an episode out like that, and you're like, hey, you know what? It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right. Exactly. I tell myself that as I made it.
Yeah. This will fly.
So it flew.
It flew. And then after that, there was the reading.
Yes, the grim story time. That was fun.
That is good. That's always fun. Yeah. And then you had a really fun live.
We did. Me and Graham went live from. I went live from Rotten, and she went live from her page, and we did like a dual live type of thing where she ate bugs and demanded me eat bugs, and I'm not going to eat bugs.
Well, you say that.
Well, you saw what happened.
Yeah, I did. Pretty funny. It was weird that you failed, but
that's a good one.
I feel like you didn't think I was going to call you out for obviously falling, but hey,
no, I expected nothing less than such a thing from you.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, as soon as I saw that live last night, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna totally call him out for falling.
Right? And the way I fell, you'd almost think that it was, staged, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I was like, man, he can't act that well. Oh boy.
So yeah. So that was all yesterday.
All those things that happened yesterday and not at all today.
Not at all today.
Now, we do have some stuff coming up today.
We do.
Mm-hmm. Should we tell people about them or let them keep guessing?
Well, I'm not next to the calendar right now. So I believe that an unfinished reviews comes out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, and if it doesn't, I have no one to blame.
Correct. Yes. You know what? There's a schedule on the actual site, so I'm just gonna cheat and go there, and I can tell you guys what to expect us to fail at tomorrow.
Now, I know in the morning we're going to do an episode of Rotten Mournings.
That's correct. If you're listening now, you have come to the same conclusion.
Yeah, because you're listening to what we aired starting when we began talking.
Correct. And bully on you for that one.
Bully on us all.
So, yes, we have episode 5 of Unfinished Reviews tomorrow.
Oh, great.
And then we will have episode 16 of Rotten Strips. And damn it, I can't do the same joke for you. Damn it.
No, it's okay.
No, I want to pretend like I saw your thing.
So I'm actually pretty excited. I've got a new filter where you start to be mean to me and the whole thing shuts off.
That's wild.
Yeah. My phone actually just imploded.
So you found a way to rig it up to your speaker wire and through your car battery or something?
Oh, yeah. This is nothing but toaster, baby.
Hey, any way we get it done. So long as we don't charge for it.
Yes. So there will be an episode of Rotten Strips. But I was kind of confused on dates. I thought that my episode would be coming when I was in town and would be able to shoot this thing. But turns out I'm going to be in a different state all day.
Hey, but you have that chance on Sunday. Sunday.
Stop it.
Sunday is when your next episode is, besides Friday's episode. Today's episode.
Yes, today, which is Sunday.
Yes, which is Friday.
So close! We almost made it.
It's your fault.
Okay, I'll blame. You know what? We'll take 50-50 blame on that one.
No, I don't like that.
Okay, you can have it all. You'll be at a haunt tomorrow night?
Yes, tonight I'll be at a haunt. I am going to try to go to Nightmare 3008.
And to clarify, last night or yesterday, or on the previous episode of Rotten Mournings, you said that
yesterday
you would be visiting Nightmare 308.
I just wanted to get a shorter version of it.
That's fair. We were limited on time.
Yes, I had to leave one of the O's out.
They do that on my paycheck regularly. Yeah, weirdly. So we'll have that little bit of live. The Rotten Strips, Rotten Mournings, and Unfinished Review. Sounds like we're gonna have a busy day today.
Yes, and yesterday was busy too, man.
Yeah,
it's 2 days in a row.
That's too many days of busy. Luckily, Saturday will be light broadcasting.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've covered the topics. Anything else that we need to tell them before we jump over to the weirdo section?
Nope, I think that's it.
I think that
if you don't stick around, have a rotten morning.
Yeah, and if you do stick around, have a rotten morning.
In a podcast where we talk about all things terrifying, one topic has eluded us for 14 or like maybe 15 episodes. We're not really sure. That's right. For those of you who guessed it, you're correct. It's witches. Just play it.
Yeah, so that's really interesting, huh?
I guess.
You guys, that lead in, of course, if there wasn't any audio, we were just playing the video that we're going to be talking about today. Of course, we're talking about the one iconic Halloween thing that we haven't covered, which is witches.
Witches.
It just worked. I didn't plan that.
That's good.
Matt, in this video, the video. It's the Russian video where the camera's going through the woods and it comes along this old lady and she's levitating a child.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is there a witch video that is more iconic than that one?
I would say that if you consider Bruja Witch, then there's a couple of really amazing ones from Mexico of what looks like a humanoid flying on a broom for a long amount of time in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the one with the police officers on that back road when the Bruja is like chasing their van in reverse.
Those are all terrifying videos.
Terrifying.
And like, what is it about that? Is it the awkward movements? Is it the thing that's happening that's not natural? Like, what is it that it makes that so unsettling?
I don't know. I think it's like the idea of like a frail woman deciding to come at you full force is terrifying.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, that's fair. I guess it kind of depends on which you're witching.
Guys, we will make that pun repeatedly.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think magic, or it's always the unknown that's scary, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's like we said before with the whole like things that you see that just don't make sense. It kind of takes you to a really unsettled place. And for us, like unsettling is way more scary than boogity boo.
Spookity boo.
Boogity boo.
It is, man. I think like we infringe upon the uncanny valley, where if anything looks too much like a human action without being that thing, then it sets us off.
Yeah, and that even comes backwards to the idea of just mannequins too.
Mannequins, robots, even clowns.
Yeah, humanoids that are supposed to do a thing that don't are just as terrifying as ones that shouldn't do this thing and do.
That's right. I read an interesting article recently, and it was talking about witches riding brooms, and that being like they were talking about this being a frowned upon sexual thing, and that's where the idea came from.
Oh, really? They had a stick in their ass.
No.
But I mean, if you think about it, though, there are so many different traditions with brooms, including the one that's jumping the broom when you get married.
Yes.
And what if it was like sort of an idea of the spinster, if you will, the unwed woman, and the fact that she always is straddling the broom instead of jumping the broom?
Oh, that's interesting. So I guess maybe in that sense, the jumping the broom is like jumping past the sweeping spinster.
Well, I mean, like, as in jumping the broom means you got married. But if she's
Right.
not willing to take that other foot off the other side, then she's always riding that line. And
Oh,
that
I
makes
see.
her a spinster.
Okay. Well, I think the article was more about was more sexual in nature.
Like
Yeah.
they pump wood because they're druids.
Oh, okay. That's a thing.
That is a thing.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I did. Well, we kind of briefly talked about this the other day, but I did kind of want to bring this back up. You brought up brouhaha, and we talked about just traditional witches, but also Baba Yaga is in the witch realm.
Oh, yes, definitely. Hey, scoot a little bit back from your mic. You're a little crusty there.
Oh, okay. Better?
But yeah.
Okay.
But yes, Baba Yaga is definitely one of those. And that's still sort of in the realm of brouhaha, too.
And so one of the forms of the Baba Yaga, and we had a giggle about this earlier, but I want to share it with other people. One of the forms of the Baba Yaga is a house with chicken legs, right?
Oh, I hear you. I didn't know you were going to make this joke again.
Oh no, I totally am.
Okay. It's funny because you said we were laughing about it earlier. I remember you saying something.
Oh, I didn't mean me and you. I meant
Oh,
me and
right.
me.
Oh,
I
yes.
had a good chuckle at a house with chicken legs that is cursed or haunted. A haunted chicken house, if you will.
Oh, God.
No, you
We're
won't.
going to count that as your M. Night Shyamalan reference.
Oh, it's a sign. The I don't know M. Night Shyamalan movies or what you're talking about.
Okay.
So I guess, why do you think that makes witches so iconic to Halloween?
Well, to tell you the honest truth about witches and Halloween, I think the idea of a Halloween witch is the most blasphemous thing for actual witches, period.
That's fair.
Because, like, it sells them as, like, these warty evil, and, like, it's almost as if it was written as the Puritan idea, and it prevails to this day in order to disparage such things.
Okay, so we're making a distinction between the Halloween comical witch and the like Wiccans or pagans.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair, but I think that there should be a separation. I think that the Frankenstein that we see is also kind of a comical rendering of like the original story. Like that's not what Frankenstein looked at all.
Oh, exactly, exactly. Because he would have been like a hideous, like stitched together human being,
Right.
not
In a
just like
sense,
some weird square headed, like bolt neck dude.
right, right. And I think like the Halloween form is like a palatable form.
Yes, it's what's the easiest for people to take.
I think one of the weird things about like those, like we're kind of condensing them or making them more digestible for Halloween icons is Dracula, because in the book Dracula has a glorious mustache.
Yes, yes.
But that's not sexy, and that's not included in the sexy count, who's very clean shaven somehow.
Well, again, we've talked about how Bela Lugosi and Universal kind of geared that image in a certain way.
That's true, but even in F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu, that was a very clean shaven vampire.
True.
Yeah. So I don't know. The witches are normally clean shaven.
No, they got hair coming out of their warts, and then they make them look ugly as hell.
That's true. That's true.
They're like
So
all women, and they can only take form of young people. Like, again, I think that the idea of it terrifies me, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's literally like the most blasphemous way to like look at a witch, because Wiccans and all that shit, that's not the same thing as a witch at all.
That's a really interesting point. So, like, there's a film, and I'm trying to think. It's a Mary Poppins-esque film.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
No, it's later than that.
Mrs. Pellegrim. I mean, the girl, the British one.
What is that?
It's Mrs. something.
Oh my gosh, there's two of them.
And it was what's her face that played the role too, Leah Tomlin or somebody like that.
No, it was Emily. Well, if you came here for facts about anything, anyway, in that film, she was like the long hook nose. She had a wart that had hair growing out of it. These are all kind of like what we think of as the Halloween witch thing, right?
True.
And she had magic, and she performed magic and spells and that sort of thing. And then she became this lovely thing once she had bespelled them.
Yep, that's true. That is very true. I'm actually going through movies to find the name of that damn movie.
Oh my gosh, that'll kill me.
I know. I'm already being killed by it currently.
I think in Bed Noobs and
Broom Knobs, Bed Noobs and Broom Knobs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think in Bed Nudes, Part 2, the back door. In Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, I think she actually was a witch. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that?
No, she's definitely a witch because she did spells. She had spell components. She put it together to create spells. She had the kids gather her different things. And then you've got that really, I was about to say iconic song and literally cannot draw the words to it now in my head.
In Bed Knobs and Broomsticks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Dick Van Dyke was in that too, right?
Yeah, no. Was that Dick Van Dyke? I don't think Dick Van Dyke was in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I might be wrong. It was Angela Lansbury.
It was
1971.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was David Tomlinson.
Oh, okay.
Was the lead.
I had that mistaken. Yeah, so I think that they were called witches, and this will be funny, Matt. I couldn't watch that movie because it had witches in it.
That doesn't surprise me. You know that the end scene of that is the British Army coming to like basically try them for witchery, and she like calls an army of undead to fight them.
Yeah.
And that's brutally awesome with a really cool, like catchy song. That's like the whole hook of the movie.
I really need to rewatch that film. I might one day.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I love that film. I love that.
I have not started watching Halloween films for Halloween, but I think maybe I'll throw that one in the mix. Anytime you have an army of the undead, I'm for that. Did I lose you? Okay. Yeah. So I think anytime that we have an army of the undead, I am totally for that.
I agree. And I remember what the song was now. It's Triguna, Macoya Sanctus D. Triguna, Macoya Sanctus D. And they just keep repeating that over and over again.
Yeah. That's not one I would remember.
I totally remember that. Because she's like, Triguna, Macoya Sanctus D. And they start like doing it over and over again in that beat. And that's how the army marches to that beat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Are there other famous witch films?
Oh, there are a ton of famous witch films. Not to mention a great film, if you have not watched it, is The Witch, which is double V.
Yeah, that was a very I that guy's just art house. Like his stuff is very artsy.
It is, and it was a bit of a hard watch, but when you really like kind of see it for what it is, it's quite amazing and subtle.
I think that the film Escape from and Return to
Witch Mountain.
Yeah, I think that was neat because they're witches to some people, but they're aliens.
Exactly. They were technically not witches at all.
But what is perception equals reality. So if you see someone doing something that you perceive of as witchcraft, that's a witch.
Yeah, but that's kind of a slippery slope. I mean, ask the Puritans back in the day when they thought witchy activity was not boning them.
I agree with that. If someone doesn't bone me, I call them a witch.
You're a witch.
Oh, you're a witch.
Barter.
How much do you weigh? Would you say the same as a duck?
Oh, that's another classic scene that everybody should draw to is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the witch scene.
Absolutely.
It's funny how much of a witch that woman actually was, but the problem is that their logic was so dumb that she still was tried as a witch, but she was honestly a witch, but they weren't like talking about anything she did that was witchy.
Right. And that's both the humor of that situation and the tragedy of current situations.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's bad, and it's bad. And then they give like this is I've always said this, like the most damaging thing to me in an argument is for someone with no facts to take my side.
Oh yes, yes.
Like, whoa, easy there. You're making me look stupid.
Well, if you think about the Monty Python thing, the one thing that was said in that scene that would have made her a witch was that the guy said he turned her into a newt, right?
Right.
And everybody acted like he was an idiot for insinuating such a thing. And then they're back to, I bet she weighs less than a duck. Mm-hmm. Her turning him into a newt would make her a witch, regardless of how hard it is to believe what he said.
Right.
But that was like laughed off. And then they went back to the stupid stuff like, oh, she floats or whatever.
Well, he's like, they're laughing at him because he's not a newt. And he's like, well, I got better.
Yeah. And he clearly is not lying. He wasn't saying is a lie.
Oh, you think that character actually was turned into a newt by her?
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's nothing in there that says that guy was fallible or he was lying at all. And why would a whole group of people prosecuting a witch not go, that's the thing that we should pay attention to?
Yeah, Matt, you might be the sole individual in history that thought that guy actually got turned into a newt.
I mean, it gives you no reason to think he didn't, other than the fact that everybody thinks it's so lackadaisical. But then, like, you know how a witch works?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I know how a witch works?
I'm just saying, like, how there's no rules set up, so there's no real way to tell whether or not that guy was turned into a newt and got better.
I'm not really sure how a remote control works.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, if we're just being honest. But I would like to offer this as a theory. Witchcraft?
Oh, my God.
Just throwing that out there. For anyone who needed something thrown at them, there's a thing.
But yeah, I mean, witches, man.
Dude,
how about, wait a minute, how about the doll movie, the witches movie? That was awesome. What? And they're about to do a remake of that for HBO in a couple of days.
Wait, what do you mean the doll movie?
Roald Dahl, witches.
Oh, doll. Not doll. I got you.
No, doll, yes.
Okay, cool. I was like, there's not dolls in that movie.
No, no, Roald Dahl, the guy who wrote it.
Yeah, no. I'm on the same page with you, but earlier I was in a different library.
That doesn't surprise me. We don't shop in the same Walmarts.
That's fair. I'm sitting outside of Walmart right now waiting for the sun to
You're banned.
rise.
You're banned from Walmart.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
it's
it's
because
been
I
a
was like, do you guys have that doll movie? And they're like, witches? And I'm like, what?
well, look, you want to hear something funny?
Yes, finally.
It's been a great episode. You guys have a great morning.
You guys have a rotten morning and stay rotten.
Stay rotten, guys.